Welcome back to Code Hive, the place where we make it work, make it right, and make it fast. I actually wanted to apologize to you guys and to kind of let you guys know that in my previous video, I did say that I will be uploading my next video where I'll be explaining different types of operators. But actually, I looked at it and I was like, you know what? Because basically the operators, aliases, as well as joins, right? So you can also still watch those videos on SQL, right? So basically in Oracle SQL developer, it's the same thing. So when it comes to operators, aliases, as well as joins, it's the same thing. So I won't be recording videos for that, because I know that it's the same in SQL in SSMS, right? So that's the reason why I'm apologizing, because I did say in my previous video that I will be uploading another video where I talk about, operators, aliases, as well as joins. But when I actually sat down and I was like, you know what, there's no need, because if you guys understand when we worked with those things in SSMS, then you guys will be able to work with it here. So when I say SSMS, I mean SQL Server Management Studio, right? So that's what we started working on in the previous videos, right? So if you understand how to use those things over there, then it won't be difficult for you guys to still use that concept in Oracle, right? So I really just wanted to get that out there, that I won't be uploading videos for that. Okay, so if you still struggle with aliases, operators, as well as joins, then you can watch my previous videos. Okay, so so in this video I want to actually start talking about PL SQL block. Okay, so basically the PL SQL block, right? So PL stands for procedural language, and then we know that SQL stands for structured query language, right? So basically it is Oracle's procedural extension for SQL and the Oracle relational database. So basically the PL SQL block is a piece of code written in the PL SQL language that can contain declarations, executable statements, exception handlers, and nested blocks. So it is kind of new, right? So again, you can only use this PL SQL block when you're working with Oracle SQL developer. So we're gonna go through it, step by step, and it will make sense at the end. Okay, so basically it's enclosed within a declare, begin, and end block. So you have your declare block, begin, as well as end. Okay, so all that is called your PL SQL block. So basically the PL SQL block contains your declare, begin, as well as end. Okay, and then finally at the end we have a forward slash. So the forward slash is just used to execute the block. Okay, so also in order to print, so we know that different languages have different printing statements. So if you've worked with C#, you'll know that console.writeLine. If you've worked with Java, system.out.print. So basically we have the same for PL SQL block. So in order to print out something, we say dbms underscore output dot put underscore line, right? So it is used to print messages, which is a common way to output information from PL SQL blocks. So again, it will make sense for this video. I just want to make you guys understand the whole concept of the PL SQL block. So I don't think this video will even be that long, but I just want you guys to understand, okay? And then in my next video, I will be talking about things that go into those PL SQL blocks. And then we are going to talk about examples now. That's when we're going to go into our Oracle and we're going to get to it. Okay, so for now, just please bear with me. I just want you guys to understand. Okay, so now let us look at the syntax. So again, in the previous statement over here, I said to you guys that the PL SQL block consists of declare, begin, and end, right? So you can see over here we have our declare, begin, end, and then we have that / that is used to execute the PL SQL block. So basically the declare section, right? So this is optional. So this is if you are working with things like cursors, and you want to declare variables and constants. So again, in my next video, I will be talking about that and getting into detail with that. But for now, I just want you guys to know that the declare is optional. So that is if you will be declaring any variables, any cursors, any constants. So basically the declaration part, right, it includes of variables, cursors, or any special PL SQL tables that are needed for the execution section. Hence why they say optional, meaning if you have something that is needed for the execution section, which is the begin section. Okay, so that's what you would have in your declare section. Then the next one that we have is your begin section. Okay, so basically the begin is your execution section. So this is the only section of the block that is required. So in the previous one with the declaration section, it is optional, right? So you don't have to have it. Okay, but with the begin, you have to have it. So it literally drives the entire workload of the block. So all your procedural logic is there, which allows a program to make a condition-based decision. Okay, so all that is contained within that section. Okay, so let me repeat that again. All procedural logic which allows a program to make condition-based decisions is contained within that section. So again, it will make sense. So in this section, that's when we have our SQL statements. So I just want to make like a short example. So basically, let's say in your declare we had a cursor or something, right? And we declared that cursor. So now we want to use that cursor, and also we need to make SQL queries. So now all those queries are going to go into your begin. So maybe you would say select from, this, that, do this, do that. And also that's where your output will come in. So if you have something to print out, it will also go in your begin section. So in your execution section. It's really difficult when someone is just saying all these words and stuff like that, but it makes sense once we actually start working with it. But we will get into that in a few videos. So that's the begin section. Okay, and then we have the exception. So we also have exception, but I didn't really add it over there. So basically we will look at examples also, because this is just like a simple PL SQL block. So you could also have an exception section. So basically where your exception section will come is here. So exception. Okay, so basically this is where you would handle your exception handling. Okay, so that's where you would handle all your exception handling. So basically what I mean is if you do something, so you want to say, okay, if this happens, do this, so it makes it easier that way, like, your program doesn't crash or anything like that. Just a quick reminder that my ebook is on Amazon. It's called SQL Explained, a comprehensive study guide. So like it's saying, it's a study guide that has SQL topics on there. I use nice fonts, nice color, so that it's easy for you guys to understand. So please be sure to check that out. I'll leave a link in the description below, and you can also find the link in my channel description so that you're able to get your ebook today. But anyway, let's get back to the video. So this section is used to handle any exceptions that are generated by the task done in the execution section. So it is basically used to describe errors that occur during processing. So that's the exception part. So again, that is also optional. Like honestly, I personally feel like this is also optional. Like it's really up to you. Like it depends on what you're doing, you know, and the depth of whatever you're doing. So that's the exception handling part, which is the exception section. So now the next thing that we have is your end. So end, again, it just ends the statement. It ends the PL SQL block. It shows that, okay, that's the end of the block. And then we have the / that is used to execute the whole block. So that's the syntax, that's the theory. So basically, again, it's just a piece of code that contains declarations, executable statements, exception handlers, and nested blocks. So that is what a PL SQL block is. So in my next video, I will be talking about variables and constants, and then in the next video we'll start looking at examples, and we'll actually go into detail on how to use the PL SQL block. So please make sure that you watch those videos, and make sure that you watch this video as well, so that you're able to understand first the theory, because it's one thing to jump to, you know, going to Oracle and starting to write queries, you know, but then it's another thing to actually first learn what you're about to, you know, write and code and stuff like that. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope this video was helpful. I hope you kind of understand what the PL SQL block is and what it kind of does. Like I said, it will really make sense as we go into detail with it. All you just need to know is that, you know, it contains declarations and, you know, all those other things. So I really hope this video made sense. I feel like I'm saying that again. But anyway, I hope this video made sense. And if you like this video, please hit the like button. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching.